From the National Information Dissemination Center, good day and welcome to Citizens Agenda, a 30-minute package intended to provide citizens access to information through community radio content syndication. It's a production of the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR. I'm your presenter, Edward Colley. Coming up, Liberia records 17 cases of monkeypox virus. We will speak to health authorities in Grand Bassa and Bombing counties. We will hear from the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. Government teachers in Babulu County seems to be unhappy over the government's decision to suspend mobile money payment system. We will hear from them. Mining company Western Cluster Liberia diversify its activities to agriculture with the production of Indian parboiled rice in Bombing County. This plus a lot more coming up in this edition. Stay tuned. Health authorities and workers across Liberia are on the alert as the country confirmed 17 cases of the monkeypox virus, with the latest 3 coming from Bong and Grand Bassa counties. Monkeypox is an infectious viral disease that can occur in humans and other animals. Symptoms include a rash that forms blisters and then crust over fever and a swollen lymph nodes. The illness is usually minor, and most affected individuals recover within a few weeks without treatment. According to the World Health Organization, the time from exposure to the onset of symptoms ranges from 3 to 17 days, and the symptoms typically last for 2 to 4 weeks. It adds that cases may be severe, especially in children, pregnant women, or people with suppressed immune systems. In Grand Bassa County, there is report that a patient diagnosed of the monkeypox virus has escaped while in isolation. Dr. Jude Wisse is Grand Bassa County Health Officer. He explains more to Citizens Agenda.
The patient was brought into isolation for treatment. Unfortunately, 2 days ago, the patient escaped. So that's a setback on the response and the treatment of the patient. So that was brought to the county authority. So they're making all effort to contact the local authority, that's the district superintendent, commissioners, and those people. So get in contact with the relatives to see whether they can bring the patient back into isolation. The team was dispatched, the health team. They went all the way to the village, but they were told that the patient was on the farm. But I think out of fear and some skepticism, they could not show the farm. So the team waited after like 2 hours, 30 minutes, and they returned. We're working with the county authority and the local authority in District 4 as to how to convince the patient, the relative, to bring the patient back into isolation.
Was the patient in isolation on your jurisdiction? Or?
Yes, the patient was at one of our facilities.
And how did the escaping come about?
The clinic was not built for an isolation. We do not have a functional isolation, but the patient needed to be taken from the community to be isolated for treatment. So we just prepared a place, a room in the clinic as a temporary isolation while we galvanize resources to renovate the one at LGH. And you know the staff, we have a limited staff at the clinic. So you have 2 professional staff. They had to do their normal work. So as the ORC was training the other patients and going about his normal business, I think that's how he left. The incident management system is a system activated as it relates to health whenever there is an outbreak like there was his incident.
Now that the patient is on the room, does the IMSA exist and functional?
Yes, we're still responding. Like I told you, locally we have the district health team. So they are also on the lookout. We have the community health assistants that work in the community. So they are the focal point now to make sure to alert the authority if they come across the patient.
Dr. Jude Wise is Grand Bassa County Health Officer. In Bombing County, there is no confirmed case of monkeypox. However, the county health team has organized a 2-day training for over 40 health surveillance focal persons across the county to assist in responding to monkeypox and other diseases. Dr. Moses Fumba is the county health officer of Bombing County.
We have manpower at various facilities that we are trained, and we also have our community healthcare workers in the various communities. We call them community health workers. They are there, and they are also fighting to deter these cases.
So since you sent the specimen out of those patients, are they still under your control for medication?
The patient spend 9 days with us. An immediate test result is negative. We have to release the patient.
So since you got that information from doing, had there been any other hint from elsewhere?
No, nothing yet, but we are on the cases.
Okay.
And we believe we will fight, we'll do our best to protect Bombay County.
So what other measures you think citizens or residents of Bombay County can take?
For us, actually, our utmost surprise and disappointing part is that when these cases arrive, the people are hiding it from us. Unfortunately, there was a case, unnamed case that we received from Ministry of Health and Nephi. They sent a photo to us. They said it was one pastor's son. We called him. He talked to us from Bombay County. And he said he did not sue the district, and the people that saw him did not sue the district. We fought hard to locate him. We didn't get him. After 5 days, he called one of our surveillance officers in Clay District that in fact his son passed away. So that was our disappointing part, because we have the manpower, we have the knowledge, we are capable of treating if they can report these cases to us early. And we don't know how it was true or not, but he called that his son passed where he did not tell us. And the child's father is a reverend. We reported it to the Council of Churches, reverends here, other pastors to locate him. Some said, well, in Swan, we called Swan, we went there, we didn't see him. So that was our disappointing part. But however, we are calling upon Bombay County citizens. Monkeypox is a big crow that can come on people's face, the body, the hand, the feet. They start with fever. Then later I see the big pulse under it. The big rash is pulse under it. Anybody you see this case, just call us. Just go to the nearby clinic, contact us. We'll take care of you. The ambulance will go for you. Nobody will charge you for fuel and other things. Will bring your patient to treat. If you are to the clinic, that clinic is capable of treating you.
Dr. Moses Fumba is the county health officer of Bombing County. So what is the government doing to combat the spread of the virus, and to what assurance is there for the public? Dr. Chris Dugbe-Yan is director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia.
Given the 2 batches of sequence results that we are here to announce that Liberia has monkeypox virus clade 2A circulating in the country. Much of what we have been seeing has been sporadic. And so, given the sporadic nature, our strategy has been, whenever we see a detection, we mount every effort in containing it, isolating it, treating, and ensuring that we do contact tracing to know who else this case came in contact with, and help to isolate those ones so as to avoid the virus translating from person to person and from community to community. Since January till now, it's a total of 17. But since the outbreak was announced in August by the WHO and the Africa CDC, Liberia has 11 cases total. Currently, we can announce 3 new cases since we last announced the previous new cases. And we had 2 from Bonn and 1 from Basel. The NFIL has been handling this outbreak with full force. When you look at Kenya have 13 cases. Kenya has declared ever since an outbreak. Here in Liberia, we have done everything possible from our professional standpoint to advise various government entities that this particular situation equates to an outbreak. Because the manual says that, given the nature of the virus, just one case is an outbreak. They did not declare pandemic, but they are telling us that it's a global concern, and also it is of continental concern. So we can say it is of national concern. So we are advising you to take it very seriously. We have an mpox situation on hand that the world and the continent has declared as an outbreak. Take that very seriously. Maintain your distance from anybody you see who is having symptoms of those rashes and those bumps on their hands and in their palms and on their face. We have seen several cases of that already. We want you to take it very seriously.
Dr. Chris Dugbeyan is the director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, speaking on the outbreak of monkeypox virus in Liberia. Like the rest of Africa, Liberia is grappling with a highly youthful population. 63% of its population is under the age of 25, and of those, more than 32% are between the ages of 10 to 24. Unlocking this youthful population's full potential isn't an easy task. Many of them are left to seek survival for themselves. In Kakata-Maigibi County, the case is no different. As you will hear in this report by Joka Yanko, car washers, including James Colley and Ernest Morris, have seen a decline in their business, hence posing a threat to their survival.
You're gonna have parents in the country, so because they bring some money, being on our campus. Like me, I don't have, because anytime I go there.
Local back washers in Mangibi County have raised concerns over the increasing hardship they face due to a shortage of commercial bags at their watching points. The current scenario has created a challenging environment for these workers, highlighting significant socio-economic issues within the community. James Colley, a 9th grade student at Lango Lepe High School, relies on back washing to fund his education. Colley's dissatisfaction reflects broader economic struggles, indicating that current earnings from back washing are insufficient to meet his needs.
I just hustle. I see that man. Really, I'm 2 years. I just entering Canada. Really, bad washing is not man happy to do it because no job like that. So I don't want to plenty students to go above my limit. So I come in the cold water to look for my 1 or 2. Government can provide job for we citizens like in my GB. I prefer see myself either in garage. Never. I attend Lepe.
Ernest Morris pointed out the difficulty in meeting daily targets due to the disparity between the number of laborers and the availability of bags. The situation is exacerbated by the Bwaka Kun administration, according to Morris, which they compared unfavorably to the previous Wia Taylor regime.
Oh yeah, to enjoy that, buying the company. I just plenty things I buy clothes for myself, but since we enter in the new government, parents coming, vote wise, we sit down one job that can running on it, plenty, we know one job. To enjoy that time, buying the company, we why 2,000 plus, but they want me to, they are plenty money for me.
The current hardship faced by back washers in Mangibi County reflect broader economic challenges that require attention, ensuring the availability of commercial bags, providing governmental support and fostering sustainable economic policies are essential steps towards improving the livelihoods of back washers. Recognizing the economic importance of back washing can lead to more comprehensive support and development initiatives that uplift this vital informal sector.
Reporting for Citizens Agenda, I'm Joka Yango.
If you're just joining us, you are listening to Citizens Agenda, a 30-minute program intended to provide citizens access to information through community radio content syndication. It's a production of the Association of Liberia Community Radio ALICOR. I'm your presenter, Edward Colley. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more developments.
Rape is a crime. We stand together in saying no to rape. This message is brought to you by the National Information Dissemination Center, NIDC, a multimedia production studio operated by the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR.
Recently, the government informed employees of the suspension of the mobile money payment system. The mobile money payment system was used as a platform for the payment of public sector workers who did not have accounts with commercial banks. Liberia's Civil Service Agency CSA said it was closing the system due to inadequate oversight, which resulted in the platform being used as a conduit for corruption. But the decision by the CSA looks to be bothering some teachers in Gbabolu County, where the president of the Bobolu Teachers Association, Molba Masakwe, described the move as a step backward for rural teachers. Here is Masakwe, followed by other teachers in Gbabolu County.
It's a challenge to all of us. In fact, we were taken aback by this. What we are really thinking about is our friends that are in far away districts who don't have really access to transportation. Like some of us, we can easily go to Monrovia. We are at Bobolo Central Hall, or we can even go to the local bank here to be able to open our account. But for them, in the time frame, it's very, very short. It's embarrassing.
So the message you have for those who were on mobile money and now they are the cancellation of mobile money to go and open an account, what the message you have for them?
I would say this is government. We cannot fight government. The government take a decision. If at all you say you are not going to open that account, at the end of the day, they block your salary. This is a little money that you are working for. So that we are advising that we all try to open our account and cooperate with the government. We don't know why they are doing this.
I'm Lydia M. Colley, teacher from the Central Elementary School. Yeah, the government is saying that we should move from on mobile and go back to the bank. The same issue. The bank issue was the cause for the mobile money to come here. Because when we were in the bank, teachers from Kongwa, Bama, Bele, they used to come here sometimes, they will stay here up to 3 weeks. They be here suffering, stranded. When we brought on our issue, brought the mobile money in the county. So if they are saying now we should leave the mobile money now and go back to the bank, they are bringing more problem again. Because saying now people should leave from Kongba, from Bele, and leave the classroom to come in Bopolu to take pay. Then when they come and the bank say, oh, stand down.
Government changing from the mobile money to go to the bank. Actually, when you look at it on the other hand, it will affect all in the rural part of the country. You know, anything you're doing, you always have positive and the negative aspect for it. The positive aspect only for all that are on the mobile is we lead to the place where we are, we get our pay, and just walk to money changer car, cash your money or do our normal activity, we still be in the class. The negative aspect was teacher let the class when they go later Monrovia. They just take their pay on their phone because DO not get control over it to say you go on the check. So that was really affected all in this rural part. But actually to be with a mobile is okay because you will get your salary. Take for example, Babolo is large in size, but when you count on population, the population is very low. Take for example, the person living in Bele. There's nothing in Bele they show the call bank. They will have to come here. Some of them had 2-day work. So if that when the government say they are sent pay, teacher will be all of classroom for 2 weeks.
Teachers in Gbabolu County complaining about the government's decision to suspend the payment of public sector workers through mobile money platforms. So what does the government make of the complaints from teachers, and what alternatives are there for them to get their pay in the absence of banks? Joseph Swain is the Director of Communications at the Civil Service Agency.
When the Honorable Director General took over as head of the Civil Service Agency, he thought there was a need to sanitize the national pay. So when we started the process, Father White gave birth to the Employees Regularization Status Project. That process realized that one of the areas in which people were abusing the national payroll was through mobile money. So we saw a lot of discrepancies in that process. We see people who are not even into the employees of government are on mobile money. They're getting the salary through mobile money. You see people are getting mobile money, making the government's covers through the mobile money. So there was a need to bring an end to this whole mobile money saga. So this is why on the 20th of September, the Director General sent a circular to head of the various agencies of government to inform them that, look, we have discovered discrepancies on the payroll, especially through the mobile money system. So we think it is about time people now transition from the mobile money to the traditional banking system so that we can curb that menace that we have discovered. So this is why we thought, so it's not about anything. I agree, people, they feel hurt, but we can tell you for sure, people have been stealing, people have been taking money who are not working, people are here and there. I mean, people just spread it. One person gets 3 full mobile money accounts.
Some of these teachers are raising these concerns because they don't have financial institutions in their county that will be able to give them their salaries.
I agree. Whatever change that happens is going to affect 1 or 2 persons. But on a larger scale, people are stealing for government millions of dollars, especially people who are not working on this mobile money. So right now we don't know. So we want to appeal to people who think they are legitimate government workers or are also being affected by this process in terms of wherever they are. We just want you to sacrifice. Like every Liberian, if we all can sacrifice in the process, this is going to work for us. So because of the 1% of the people who are collecting money from mobile money illegitimately, we will not just leave the system open. So we just want to appeal to people who are being affected to find a means. I mean, find a bank. By all means, banks are everywhere. I agree that they may not be at the particular locale of some people, but miles away you can get a bank. So we just sacrifice as well as others. We are sacrificing to making sure that government money is not wasted and not going to people who don't deserve it.
Joseph Swain is the Director of Communications at the Civil Service Agency, responding to complaints from teachers in Babulu County over the shutting down of the mobile money payment system, a system previously used to pay government workers in rural areas. October 11 each year is set aside by the United Nations as the International Day of the Girl Child. It is also called the Day of Girls and the International Day of the Girl. October 11, 2012 was the first day of the girl child. The observation supposed more opportunities for girls and increased awareness of gender inequality faced by girls worldwide based on their gender. This inequality includes areas such as access to education, nutrition, legal rights, medical care, and protection from discrimination, violence against women, and forced child marriage. This year's celebration was under the theme, Girls' Vision for the Future. This year's theme conveys both the need for urgent action and persistent hope driven by the power of girls, voices and vision for the future. Linda Lloyd is the Executive Director of the Girls Education Foundation Liberia and served as a guest speaker for this year's celebration. After the program, she told citizens agenda that girls need more conducive space for learning and economic empowerment.
So when I talked about education, it's not just about girls having access to the school, but all of the necessary things that follow being in school. While she's in school, there are other barriers that discriminate girls from boys in school. There should be a safe space, first of all, for the girl child, where she's not being taken advantage of because she's a girl child. Early pregnancy is a societal problem. It's not just a girl's problem. So the society must be able to address that problem, then victimizing the girls who are already victims of the problem. So you say a girl should be expelled from school because she gets pregnant. So what's about the boy that got her pregnant? It's possible that the boy is in school, he's continuing his school, he graduates from school, his dreams come to reality, but then the girl, she got pregnant. Her dreams that just because of that mistake she made along with her boy, and that boy did not get punished for what happened only the girl did.
You mentioned about economic empowerment. How you think that is possible?
A girl has grown, for example, she's a woman now, and she's in her home. But then at the end of the day, there are certain things she cannot get all by herself. And that's one of the reasons that women get violated, because they're in the particular home and everything they want, they have to depend on somebody to get that. So talking about economic empowerment, the government can help in that direction. Other civil society organizations can help in that direction. Talking about building the skills of girls and young women. So when the skills of girls, especially maybe trainings are being provided, so these trainings should be supported so that it can go out. Most times, some of these trainings that are going around, it's just in the urban area. So if you left this particular Monrovia or you left Buchanan City, if you're in Buchanan City, you left Buchanan City, you went to the other rural parts of Grand Bassa County, you'll see that these people have absolutely no skills. They have no source of income. At the end of the day, how do they get money? How do they continue their lives? So extra trainings or skills should be given to these people.
Linda Lloyd is the executive director of the Girls Education Foundation, Liberia. It is almost accepted that agriculture remains one of the best ways to move the country's economy forward, while the government and partners are working to ensure the sector is supported. Other organizations and individuals are also doing their part to help increase food production. One of such organizations is the Western Cluster Liberia, an iron ore mining company in Western Liberia. The company has disclosed it is venturing into the cultivation of farmland for the growing of rice in Bombing County. The Chief Executive Officer of Western Cluster Liberia is Joseph Quaidoo. Quaidoo stressed the importance of supporting local farmers interested in growing rice and vegetables in Bombing County as his company aims to diversify its activities.
I came here for last 1 year and I've seen this was just an area where it was just lying idle. I thought we have some experience in Goa also, that we have rice plantations, and while coming, one of our friends brought some seeds, rice seeds from India, and we said we will try to grow rice here, our Indian rice, which most of the Liberians like. So we have brought those seeds, and this we have planted here. And what we have seen is this rice is growing very nice into this swampy area. So we have done this, and we are happy that we wanted to cultivate a full area this side, but then the machines couldn't come here. So all this rice, whatever Indian rice we have here, we'll be keeping, and we'll help the people of Liberia to grow more Indian rice in Liberia, other than importing rice from India.
You've done the test on this ground, and the rice is growing well.
Yes, you can see for yourself.
Yeah, but
it is coming up very well.
What do you want to do next?
Next, we keep the seeds and we multiply it. Already people have started asking me for the seeds for them to grow in their own areas.
So you will not eat them? It is for
No,
seeds.
it is this batch we kept for growing more rice in Liberia.
Is it that after this particular phase, you are as well intending to supply the entire county, that more people get themselves involved in the agriculture?
Right. We want that people of Bomi County should grow their own rice and not import rice from India.
So will you be selling the seedlings, or you'll be giving it out?
I can't, I'm not an agriculture business here. I am doing mining here. So we will always give it free to the people.
How long it takes for this red to grow and be wrapped for seedlings purpose?
It takes 4 months. Yes.
After you have harvested, what next are you going to do on the ground?
See, this ground will be converted into vegetable ground. We'll be seeing how people grow vegetables here. If required, I will put a solar pump, and give to the people and let them grow. Now this area is clean. It has cost us a lot of money to clean this area. It was just a swamp. So we will help the people to grow vegetables here in the dry season. We will put up a pump which runs on solar. We'll put and give it to the.
Joseph Quaidoo is the Chief Executive Officer of Western Cluster Liberia, speaking about company's plans to diversify its operations to rice production. Well, listener, on that note, that's how we go home on this edition of Citizens Agenda, a 30-minute program intended to provide citizens access to information through community radio content syndication. It's a production of the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR. Stories we've been following: Liberia confirmed 17 cases of monkeypox virus. We heard from health authorities in Grand Bassa and Bomi counties, as well as the director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Dr. Chris Dugbeyan. Government teachers in Babulu County seems unhappy over the government's decision to suspend mobile money payment. We heard from them. We also heard from the Civil Service Agency, CSA. Mining company Western Cluster Liberia diversifies its activities to agriculture with the production of Indian parboilers in Bomi County. On behalf of the entire production team, I have been your presenter, Edward Colley. Have a pleasant day.